Ray was asking about if there's any Catholics in the room, and I happen to be one. I was born and raised Catholic, so naturally I'm an atheist now. Yeah, good times, good times. All right, I'm going to roll right into the next comedian. Your next comedian coming to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Mr. Tommy J. Warren.
How's everyone doing tonight? Thanks for coming out. Give a round of applause to Mark with a C. Quaint little place. I'll tell you guys a little bit about me. I've got 7 kids. So right away you know my polo game is non-existent. As you can tell, I do have a bit of a weight problem, and that is because my favorite sandwich is an ice cream sandwich. Today we were at my house celebrating Mother's Day, or as I like to call it, the day we celebrate because you got plowed. My mother-in-law sitting right there. So we were over. We had such a great time. Just before we were getting ready to leave, my mother-in-law was sitting there. That is a true story. That's how exciting it is at my house with 7 kids. Kids nowadays, all the electronics and everything they want to do, that's all they want to do, you know? Like my girls, they buy a lot of shit online. One day I came home, there's this great big box on my porch, damaged. They looked like I got ran over by a truck. So I called Amazon, and they were really nice. They just fill out this form, take a picture of your package and send it in. So I did. Next Tuesday is my birthday. So, being 48, I see a lot of people my age zip lining, mountain climbing, walking to the fridge without losing their breath. I'm more impressed when I can put my underwear on without losing my balance. That's a true story. There's a lot of, when I lean forward, so a lot of weight. So, I was out shopping the other day and I got a twisted mind. We all do, right? Everyone's a little twisted. I came across this one product called Vagisil. Gentlemen, it does not taste like the real thing. I do not recommend. So. Some of the worst hoods we've all been in. You know, Welland's been named, Regent Park in Toronto, Detroit after dark. They're not the worst hoods. You want to know what the worst hood is? Parenthood. Followed quickly by adulthood. Or depending on the day, you can reverse them. I do hourly. So, I got thinking about this in the shower the other day. Gentlemen, next time you and your wife are arguing, right? And you just want the fight to be over. Like, who wants to argue, right? Start taking off your clothes. She's immediately going to lose interest and want to be left alone. She's got a headache. Now, women, if you're arguing with your husband, partner, whatever, you want the conversation to be over, take your shirt off. Men lose 50% of all thinking ability once they see boobs. Now, if you were in public and you're fighting with your boyfriend or partner and you want it to stop, still take your shirt off. Because, 1, it's legal, but 2, if you do, I will even come in and join and be on your side. So, you know, because I mean, I'm a guy, right? All guys, I don't know about you guys, but like, I'm not afraid to admit it. Boobs work on me like a laser pointer does to a cat. I follow them everywhere. So, that's one of my ones. So, the other day I was thinking, you know, we all got ways and strategies to overcome and make people feel better, right? I've listed 70 different ways. You want to hear them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The first one is a hug. The next one, 69. I'm not very good at math if I compare the 3 of us. So, being 48, I'm at that age where I'm starting to get a little older. My bills come more a month than I do. So, I'm working through that. So, who all has gotten calls from freaking telemarketers, right?
Yeah.
My cell phone is on the do not call list. I still received a call the other day from someone claiming to be a lawyer in Italy. And my grandmother was in trouble and she needed $1,500 or she was going to get arrested. So I went to him and says, "You're really talking to my grandmother? That's we buried her 10 years ago." Tell the bitch you're talking to she owes me $1,500 for the funeral. So I like getting everyone. Who here has kids? I know you do, sir. Right? When you got kids, right? You take them out and do things, right? So I decided to take my kids down to this park. My one son was begging to go to this park for months. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's go down. All right? It was a freaking dog park. He wanted to go pet the dogs. Then he decided he wanted to make snow angels in a dog park. I'm glad it was close to home. I make a little better walk home. I'm not putting him in my truck and he's covered in shit. I'm very proud to say 7 years ago I was diagnosed with advanced colon cancer. Through surgery and change of diet and everything, I managed to beat it. Thank you. Gratuitous applause, I love it. So every year I got to go for a physical. And last year when I went for my physical, it was they called me on the Friday after the physical. Towards the end of the day, and they're like, "You gotta come in, we gotta talk to you, we found something." But of course I couldn't get in until Monday. So all freaking weekend long, I'm worried because they won't tell me over the phone. So I go in, talk to the doctor. The first thing I say was, "Doctor, how bad's my cancer?" He's like, "Oh, no, it's not cancer. Sorry, we just need to tell you that you have the gene that could possibly turn into Parkinson's." We all know who Michael J. Fox is. Parkinson's, right? So I come home and I go to tell my wife. And this was the example I used her to describe Parkinson's. She got it, so did my wife. My wife goes, "I can hardly wait." Thanks for the support, dear. So this year's was just as strange. I gotta tell you about it. Because I got the mic. So I walk in the room and they tell me to put the gown down. I don't know about you guys. I don't put the gown with the opening in the back because nobody needs to see that shit. So I'm on the table, got my feet in the stirrups. The doctor walks in, washes his hands for 30 seconds. First thing he does is check for a hernia. Everyone knows how they check for a hernia, right? Grab your balls, tell you to cough. Well, he just washed his hands for 30 seconds in the coldest water in the universe. Then grabbed my nuts. The best I could get out was a... And it was at that very moment he looked up. We locked eyes. Has anybody here ever winked involuntarily? As we have locked eyes, and we are committed to this eye lock, I wink. Good old wink. I'm like, oh, fuck. So my doctor gives me a funny look. Now, me being as weird and fucked up as I am, I need to make this more awkward. So I put my hand on his head. Keep in mind where he is, folks. And then I ran my fingers through his hair. So needless to say, my doctor's in therapy, and he won't answer my calls. I don't know what my results are. The one day I was in getting my blood done. I have to take my blood because I'm a diabetic. Surprise, fat guy's diabetic. That was my reward for beating cancer. So I got to go in every month with my blood done. The guy sitting beside me was there with his 4-year-old son. This is a true story. He was having some health issues, so they needed to do some blood work. The nurse put the strap around his arm, and he goes, "That's really tight." Like that. And I'm sitting right, like, we're back to back, so I can, I'm like, what the hell? This is a 4-year-old kid. I was talking to him in the waiting room. And then when she poked him with the needle, he looked right at her and went, like that. The father was a priest. He still had his white shirt on. So he's apologizing to the nurse. The nurse looked at him and says, "Don't worry about it, sir. Everyone likes a little prick nowadays." And with that, folks, that is my time. Thank you for coming out and supporting live comedy and entertainment. Anyone would like to bring the house back up? Back to the scene!
Time J. Martin, everybody keep it going. Love this guy.